beautiful people, hope everybody is doing well. Yes, I'm doing a voiceover. The reason for that is because I want you guys to keep a mental note of this thumbnail. I truly do need you to keep a mental note because it comes into effect later on in this video. So before we get into this video, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. And I just want to give a quick update on George Floyd situation. So yesterday, the state of Minnesota has filed a civil rights charge against the Minneapolis Police Department, which is a fantastic thing. They're going to look into how much the procedures and the policies played a part in this whole thing. And Keith Ellison was appointed, so that's a good. For all those people asking influencers to please use their platform in support of this cause, if you want to use your platform to speak on this, please be educated on it. Don't speak on it because you feel you're obligated to, because we get people like Miss Theresa Roemer that is so fake, and it actually does not help the cause. Because for the mere fact I showed you guys to keep that picture in your mind, which totally pissed me off. If it was clickbait, it was in very poor taste.
So guys, it's times like this where we need to pull together, unite as brothers and sisters, and pray. We as a world, especially in the United States, have been through some horrendous, stressful, painful things the last couple months. Everything from COVID-19 to the death of George Floyd. Watched on TV over the weekend where a black gentleman lost his sports bar, his entire life savings. And I hate to think that the people that set his business on fire were his black brothers and sisters. And I have friends that are African American that are on the law enforcement side. I have a brother that's law enforcement in LA for the sheriff's department. Don't confuse the good cops with the bad cops. We need to lock arms and walk the streets together, and as there is no color in this world, we're all the same. We've got to become united and work together on ending this. The cop that did what he did to George Floyd, I don't know. What country is it where it's an eye for an eye? If you steal something, you get your hand cut off. If you kill somebody, you get killed. I don't know. What kind of punishment does this guy deserve? Everything. I imagine my own son laying there and him taking my son's life. Do I think third-degree murder is right? No. No. I don't think it was premeditated, but it was intentional. Bad things happen in this world every day. Every day. People are dying of cancer every day. People are having heart attacks every day. And for the person that says money's not everything, they're poor. I'm not, and I don't mean to hurt your feelings when I say that, but you're poor. If money isn't everything, then you're poor. Because unfortunately, and I used to teach my daughter this, in order for you to survive in life, you have to have some form of money. You have to be able to pay your rent or your house payment. You have to put gas in your car. You have to buy groceries. You have to keep the lights on. Everything in life requires that you have some money. Some money is everything. Well, I'm telling you what, I'm a lot happier with money than I am without money. Guys, the 2.5 months that we were in lockdown is now gone out the window. We were in lockdown 2.5 months, 40 million people unemployed. For what? Now we're back to square one. We're back to nobody's social distancing. 3/4 the people that want to sit around and complain that they're poor or that they don't have anything, but they pretty much play the victim. It's somebody else's fault that I'm poor. Or It's in my family. Like, everybody in my family is poor, so I'm going to be poor. It's all those rich people's fault that I'm poor, because they got all the money and didn't leave me any. Just keep moving, guys. Just keep moving and going through life and dealing with what you got to deal with. But stay positive, be motivated, get out there and live your best life. If you've not gotten your new stash pillow, you got to get to my website and get yours.
So she talks about how we should stand together and unite as brothers and sisters. And our country has been going through so much. And then she goes and she talks about the gentleman that lost his sports bar. And so ironic now, from talking about us as brothers and sisters as a collective. Now, when this gentleman's sports bar was burned down, it said, according to her, how his brothers and sisters, meaning his black brothers and sisters, now they separated into their own category. Another thing that irks me is that whenever we're facing this whole a black issue, let me put it that way, when we're facing a black issue, these white folks come out and are like, oh, but I have black friends. In her next breath, she goes and says, oh, but there is no color in this world. Honestly speaking, you guys, nobody is confusing good cops with bad cops. We know that there is an issue. There are some bad seeds out there. We know that. That is why all this is happening right now. That's why people are out there protesting for this bad cop to be in a court of law, to be prosecuted for his crimes with the 3 others. They are out there protesting to be treated with dignity. They want the same rights as you, Miss Theresa. They want to be treated fairly. They're not just out there, and these 95% of these people that are out there protesting have intentions or are protesting in peace. But you just get that 5% that's using this Black Lives Matter as an excuse to do all this looting and rioting and all that. So don't get confused now. There is no question, 100% he needs to be charged with first-degree murder. We watched it. We saw what he did to this guy. He murdered an innocent man. Everybody saw it. The world saw it. And for future reference, it's premeditated murder, not premedicated murder. And the analogy that she used, that people die every day of heart attacks and cancer, that's bullshit. This man did not deserve to die. This could have been avoided if he had taken his knee off his neck. So that analogy that people die every day, no, absolutely not. But this just goes to show you the type of person Theresa Roemer is, okay? She says 3/4 of people that are poor play the victim. They blame everybody else. They blame the rich person for taking all the money. Have any of you guys ever heard of, I've never ever heard of that. Never in my entire life have I ever heard a poor person say, oh, there's no money for me because the rich man took it all. Can somebody, maybe I'm just living in the dark here. I've never ever heard it. Has she ever thought about the fact that maybe they have just fallen on hard times, or something has happened in their life? Don't just write people off. She goes and she wants to clarify certain things, and then she says, if people say that money isn't everything, they're poor. What is up with this woman and poor people? Then she talks about how she taught her daughter that money is everything. No, sweetie. No. You're not hurting anybody's feelings. Or I'm speaking for myself. You're not hurting my feelings. You're just showing how ignorant and how shallow you are. Money for me is not everything. I have dignity, morals, ethics, empathy, sympathy. I have a heart. I don't care what shade or what your skin tone is. The most important thing for me is to know that everybody's okay. Making sure everybody's happy, wanting everybody to be happy and okay. For everybody to be equal, to be treated equal. I teach my kids what I was taught growing up. From the time they can understand, you treat people the way you want to be treated. Second thing, get an education. Because an education can get you anything in this world. Anything. And nobody can ever take that knowledge away from you. Money is not everything. But case in point just showed that you happier with money. But it just goes to show the type of person you are. I understand. We all know our country is still going through this pandemic, okay? Do you think that those people that are out there protesting, that are just doing it for the fun of it, because they want to do that? They are doing it for justice for George. They're doing it because they want to be treated fairly. They want equality. But Miss Theresa Roemer is worrying about, oh, the 2.5 months of isolation has gone out the window. What's going to happen next? You know who you can blame for that, Miss Theresa? Mr. Derek Chauvin. He's the one that caused all this. All this. We can all envision our sons laying there. But I guarantee you one thing, if that was a white man, we would never be in the situation. 100%. We would never be where we are today. We would still be quarantining. We would still be taking the proper precautions. And then, you guys, she ends it with selling her merch. There's 4 million people unemployed in this country. People still don't know how they're going to put food on the table, feed their kids. They don't know how they're going to pay their light bill. They don't know how they're going to pay their mortgage. But you are selling your merch. In your description box, if you were so worried about George Floyd, not a damn word about any way you can help support this cause. But it's all in your description box, where to buy all your merch, where to find you. I'll be damned. So you just retreat right back into your multi-million-dollar mansion and you keep going about your life. Because everything you said about George Floyd was fake. You didn't mean a damn thing about it. You just telling people to go about how do you motivate? How does one motivate themselves during this time? When people are dying from police brutality, people are fighting for justice for that. But we must just move on with our lives. Okay, you guys, can we talk about the clickbait thumbnail? Because this is what really pissed me off. The fact that she used a picture of these African kids to make you believe that she cares. To talk about the whole George Floyd situation. To say, oh, I'm with African kids. That is fucking bullshit. Because honestly speaking, the clip that I'm going to show you, her intentions were not pure at all when she went to help these kids. From what I take from this clip that I'm going to show you guys, she basically did it just for the sake of getting recognition or accolades or whatever you want to call it. But let me tell you something before I play this clip. You know, when those kids saw this white woman, to them this was an mlungu, and that means white in Zulu. To them, that represents wealth. That gave them hope to see these white people come. But clearly, when you see this next clip, wow.
I have been to third world countries where people are still living in little huts with dirt floors with a campfire in the middle. I've went over and drilled water wells for these people. Believe me, I would come home and sell everything and give my money to them, but how's that going to help them? They're going to be okay for a little bit, and then they're going to be dirt poor and back to their ways again.
As she said in her clip, I could give them everything I have, but they'll go back to where they were. Are you kidding me? Miss Theresa, let me tell you something. I guarantee you that if you had invested in one of those kids, you would be nothing but proud. Their capabilities and their perseverance would amaze you. They are such hard workers.
I'm disabled because of a spinal injury and the pain. How do I keep going and not get so sad? I don't know. I always think, guys, you know, just when you want to sit around and feel sorry for yourself, you could have it worse. There's always people that have it worse, or you could be dead. Like, you know, I don't know.
Now you see that clip I played for you? This is a woman that's Motivational Monday. All that bullshit. A woman asked her a question. A woman that has spinal cord injuries. Spinal cord injuries. That's in a wheelchair. She asked her, how does she motivate us? You know, how does she get motivation? She basically told that woman to suck it up. And things could be worse. She could be dead. Really? Unbelievable. This was actually from James Charles yesterday. And I don't know if I am just reaching or being petty. So let's take a look at this and we'll talk about it. And I quote, and this was yesterday. I'm waking up today and seeing a lot of mixed opinions about #Blackout Tuesday. I'd like to hear from my black followers about how they feel about it. Should I delete my post and continue sharing information today or stay silent? I want to do the right thing. The right thing was to say, I'd like to hear from my African American followers. Am I wrong? Or am I just being petty? Please let me know down in the description box what you guys think, because at the end of the day, I feel he could have worded that better. But that's just me. So please leave your thoughts and comments down below. I'd appreciate that. And don't forget, guys, please be safe out there. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and you feel this needs to be shared. I would highly appreciate if you do share, so all those bigger influencers can stop asking people to use their platforms, because quite clearly it's not working out for everybody. So thank you guys once again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.